Hello. To begin, please copy down today's learning target. I can explain how lines of dialogue advance the plot or story and reveal aspects of a character. First, let's have a quick review of dialogue. Dialogue is a conversation between characters. Dialogue is usually set off with quotation marks in poems, short stories, and novels. In a play, however, dialogue follows the names of the characters without using quotation marks. Here are some examples of how dialogue looks. "Let's go to the store," John said. This example would be found in prose, in works such as short stories, novels, and poems. You'll notice that they use quotation marks and dialogue tags, such as John said. In the second example, "Let's go to the store," there are no quotation marks, and it begins with the character's name. This would be found in drama and in works such as plays and scripts. Now that we've reviewed the basics, let's move on to today's content and go further with dialogue. Authors don't have characters speak just for the sake of speaking, or just to take up space on the page. It's important for dialogue to serve a purpose. The two purposes we're going to be looking at today are, number one, the use of dialogue to advance the storyline, and two, the use of dialogue to reveal aspects of a character. Dialogue can help a reader better understand the characters and the character traits of people in a story. It can also advance the plot forward by introducing the conflict, building tension, or providing a resolution to the story. Now, we're going to practice listening to some dialogue to see what we can learn. Let's listen in as Paige and Jerica reenact this scene from a play.
"Julia, Julia."
"Yes, ma'am."
"Look at me, child. Pick up your head. I like to see your eyes when I speak to you."
"Yes, ma'am."
"How are the children coming along with their French lessons?"
"They're very bright children, ma'am."
What can we learn from just these few lines of dialogue? Julia seems to be a servant. When called, she replies with "yes, ma'am." We know she was not making eye contact because she was told, "Look at me. Pick your head up." If she's a servant of some type, that tells us the other character may be wealthy or upper class. Julia's asked how the children are doing on their French lesson. That tells us Julia may be the nanny and may take care of the children. So how did I come to these conclusions? There's no single lesson for how to analyze dialogue and what it means. It just takes careful, critical reading, critical thinking, and what you already know about how the world works. Let's listen to another scene of dialogue acted out by Jerica and Austin.
"Hello, Horace."
"Good evening."
"Sit down, won't you, Horace? Emily's running a little late getting dressed."
"Yes, ma'am."
"Can I get you something to drink, Horace?"
"No, thank you."
"So how's your family?"
"Just fine, thank you."
Again, let's see what we can determine from this brief exchange of dialogue. Horace appears to be at someone's house to pick up a girl. It's stated that Emily's late getting dressed. Horace may be younger than his host, so perhaps he's speaking with Emily's mom. Horace seems like a quiet, shy young man, based on his very short and succinct replies. However, he is polite. He always says "yes, ma'am," "no, ma'am," and "thank you." So once again, there's no special tricks to analyzing dialogue. It simply requires reading carefully and critically, and then making some inferences. Next time you read a story, be sure to pay special attention to the dialogue. And let's see how it adds to a story.